morning, everyone. I'm Ana Carreira. I'm a journalist. Actually, I used to have the microphone of my radio station, M80, but now, today, I'm very pleased to announce 3 young adults. I'm very pleased to share their story with you. You will feel all inspired with this great example of taking care of the planet and be a youth peaceful warrior. So today with me I have Sofia and André Oliveira. They are siblings. They are in this great journey together. Can sit, please. Sorry. And I have Cecília Lessa. She's from Ashoka, a change maker. So we are here to talk with you, to share their example. They are a bit nervous, but there's a big hug for them now, and a big applause, because you will see how much little actions can really change the world. So, we talked yesterday on the phone, and I thought, what a great morning that I will have tomorrow, because I feel very inspired to have the privilege to present them to you. I will start now with Sofia. Yeah. All the mics are on. Yes? Okay. It will be followed by a small presentation for you to. It's better and it's easy to visualize what they have to bring to us today. So, I will start with the 2 siblings. And after the tragedy of brutal fires in 2017, in which destroyed lives, many trees, homes, and natural and historical heritage, these 2 siblings decided to take action. Okay, so they noticed. I can't remember the day. It was a really hot day. It was 17 June, yes. maybe, yes. And Portugal wake up with this incredible news and this great tragedy with loss of lives, and they decided to make one thing. So, can you tell us, please?
Yes,
it's better.
Yes. So, since we were very young, we thought our planet was this beautiful and balanced thing, and that we can do everything. Everything was possible. But that's what we thought.
So, this is a story about 6 kids trying to bring some balance in the world.
So this is us. This is our team. We have Catarina and Claudia, the oldest, and Martin, Mariana. They're the 4 kids from Leiria. And then there's me and my sister Sofia. We're the 2 from Lisbon, and we are Youth for Climate Justice.
So you are six young adults
in total,
who decided
yes.
to take action.
Yes. So it all started with the terrible fires in 2017 and an extreme event aggravated by climate change. This episode was so traumatic that we thought we maybe do something about it. So we need to do something about it, and our case began with this event.
So if climate change represented the fear, we need to find inspiration somewhere. And we found it on some very interesting people like David Attenborough, with his love for nature and hope for a living world, with Angelina Jolie's determination for us all to know our rights, and with Leo DiCaprio's motivation to create a better and more aware society.
And that's how we got here, in the European Court of Human Rights. So the Youth for Climate Justice, our group, our case was submitted in 2020 and accepted by the court. This case involved 33 European countries, and in 2022, nowadays, Tana was one of the 17 priority cases in a total of 22,000 cases.
So during all this time, we've been supported by people from all over the world, not just by social networks, but also from media, from Brazil to America and from Portugal to Japan, really all over the world. It helped a lot to spread the news.
So our case still needs help. And so we can make the difference and show you that our voices are stronger. So for that, you can support us through crowdfunding and campaign, and simple by choosing that accept the emergency call from Planet Earth, because we need action. So you can make the difference. If you are in home or in your work, you can make the difference always. Thank you.
You see, I told you. It was incredible to know their story, and now we have to follow and to support this incredible cause. You told about Leonardo DiCaprio and Angelina Jolie. Just to say, they are big celebrities, as we all know. So they follow this case. Leonardo DiCaprio had a post referring Sofia and André would take this cause to the European Court of Human Rights. And Angelina Jolie, just for saying, she also included their story in her book. So they are two both activists with a great voice, but I think it's amazing for them to give support to these young Portuguese who feel the right to fight and to have a better world. So amazing.
Thank you.
Just to say, it's important to say that the next audience, it will be on the maybe 3-4 first months of 2023. Next year, they will be there, and their case is running fast in the European courts. I think it's a great news. Now, I have with us Cecília Lessa. She's from Ashoka, and she's a change maker too. They are all in the same boat. It's incredible to see how this young generation has so many warriors of peace, and I'm very pleased to share the story of Cecilia with you. It's you.
Hi, everyone. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you. And you guys, I love your story, and it's really inspiring. It's really good to see how many people are actually acting. And it's really good to see that we're actually all in this together. Well, I'm a Young Changemaker of Ashoka, and I'm representing Portugal in an international event, an international project that Ashoka has with General Motors. About climate equity. And I'm representing Ashoka with a project that I have called Energy for What is Needed. It's a project that, it's basically the essence of we're using the planet's energy in a more conscious and responsible way, while focusing each of our own energy into making our world a better place. The primary goal of our project is to diminish the carbon footprints of school communities in Coimbra, Portugal, which is where I live. And we want to do that by changing certain things in the infrastructure of the schools, but also providing educational opportunities where we can teach and express their awareness of students and teachers and everyone who's interested. I think it's really important to say that when we want to change something, we first need to understand what we want to change. And we can only change if we believe that change is possible. I feel like sometimes we hear a lot of people saying, oh, there's no future. We don't know where we're going with this. And this gives us a sense there's no hope. But we need to act, and we need to start now. Because humans are adaptable, but we need time to adapt, and we are running out of time. We need to start taking care of our world and our home. So that's a little bit about me and what brings me here. And thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much, Cecilia. I think by this point we are all inspired with these three young adults, so brave and so resilient. And I'd like to invite them to share a little message to their generation, this generation who is now building up their conscience. So how is it possible to change in our daily life? What do you feel about it? What do you want to transmit or share with your colleagues from school, with your family, with your friends? What is the big message that you want to share? Maybe André?
I can talk. So we all can do small things, very easy, like buying in local groceries, supporting the local economy, always saving on water and energy, that's obvious. But the real action, the ones that can make real changes are the governments. And since the governments are the representatives of the people, we need to communicate to the government, and they need to listen to us, so we with their help, can really be doing the big changes. And of course, there's always the awareness, the spreading the message on social network with friends from school or work, and just let everyone know what's going on with our planet.
Do you feel at school that your colleagues and your teachers knows about you? They support you?
Yeah, I can feel it. So it's amazing that you are in school, and sometimes the little kids, young kids, go to me and say, oh, can you go to my class to present you? Because you are such my inspiration that people need to hear you. So I said, yes, I can, but I can have you so many examples in your class, like Cecilia and André and DiCaprio and Angelina Jolie, because they can make a difference. So you can make a difference. As André said, it's a feeling like feeling home, feeling that you are embraced, that you are involved in something that you know that is good for you and good for your future. So I agree 100% when Cecilia said that we need to make action. We need to involve and show them that our voices are strong and you can reach very fast and very distant in the government.
Cecilia, I will ask to you now. Do you feel that this young generation has become more awareness about the climate justice and this urgency to preserve the planet?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say more and more people have become more aware of how actually urgent this problem is. and the more the time passes, the more urgent it becomes. And I think people are starting to understand this more and more every day. The project that I'm doing, Energy for What is Needed, I do it with a group of volunteers because I'm also an ambassador of the organization Construindo o Futuro. In English would be Building the Future.
In Coimbra?
Yes.
Coimbra.
The organization is international, but I have an embassy in Coimbra. And it's with the students who have volunteered to participate in the project that we're together working for this project that it's representing Portugal in the international project of climate equity. And I think with that we can see that students are becoming more, seeing how relevant and how important it is to be a part of this. And I think it's important to say that it's really important for young people to be a part of the change, but we cannot dismiss the adults as well. I think it's not something about age or culture or anything like that. It's just about everyone in the world being together in this and being part of the change that we want to see in our world. And yeah, it's really inspiring to see how this has become more and more of a topic, but I do hope that this awareness is not simply an awareness, but it's also followed by the act of actually trying to do something about it.
Do you feel it's important to have this kind of empathy at home? You have the reference for your parents, your tried parents, that you feel that is important to grow in a conscious family?
I would say, yeah, not only a conscious family, but your environment overall. I would say that's why we're focusing on education also. Education was where things starts. I can say for myself, education and the teachers that I had throughout my life have influenced me to do what I do today and to be who I am today. And I think education is where it all starts. So yeah, I do think the environment you grow up in and the environment that you are, they influence you a lot to be a part of the change.
What is the next steps of your project, Cecilia?
Well, the next step, right now we're using most of the students from the embassy who have volunteers are from my school, College of São José. And we're starting to create the methodology in the school. So we're using the school kind of like our playground, let's say it like this. We're trying to change certain things and try to come up with things that we can do to change the systems of the school in order to become more sustainable at scale. And then with this methodology, we're going to bring to other schools as well, and then try to change things in the infrastructure, but also in the way that people think and the way that people work. Yeah.
I asked yesterday when we talked on the phone, how do you see yourself in 10 years, André?
So, when I was young, I was certain that I wanted.
You were very young.
Yes, in fact, I
You're
started.
still young.
I started this project when I was 9, and now I'm 14. So I always wanted to be an engineer. I've always had great interest in that area, but lately I've been reevaluating my options because I also have found management, and I really, really like it, and I'm trying to just see what's on the table, what I can do. And I'm sure that our future jobs will 100% have to do with sustainability more and more. And that's where I see myself. I see myself in college, probably, university, taking a course, lessons from management and engineering, because that's what I like, and I think that's it.
You see yourself working on the field, Sofia?
So I think that in 10 years I hope to be with a good family, starting my own family, but not ignoring my dad and my mom, okay? So I think that all the jobs that are in the future are more sustainable and greener. So what I want to have is like, I love chemistry and I love to solve problems. Let's put solutions in the table. So I grabbed them and I thought maybe something is like to be in the future, like to be and build in the future. So involved in the projects that helps to build a future better and more greener and more sustainable for my children.
Cecilia, you see yourself working also in this area of climate justice?
Well, I think climate justice will always be a part of my life. It's, in a way, it's part of all of our lives. But yeah, after school, I want to go to law school. I really like politics. That's one of the reasons why I like your project so much. And I think I want to do, like, approach law in a way that actually helps the planet. Hopefully that's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully I'll be proud of how far we already come in 10 years. Yeah.
We all feel very proud of Sofia and André. And what about you, as a young activist? How do you look? How do you look? How do you expect this case in the European Court?
I hope it goes well, to be honest. I think it's a really inspiring case, and it's really inspiring to see you guys here, and really inspiring to see what you're doing. And it really shows us that it's not about age. We can all be a part of the change. And I really wish you all the luck with your case. And hopefully I'll see you guys later, more times, because we met today and we already talked a little bit. But you guys are really nice, and I hope your project goes well. I really do.
You can work together.
Yes.
Of course, we're all in this together.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have any questions, or if we can just share again this great message. I will ask them again to leave here, I think, a little seat to young adults and adults too. So I will ask again, what you want to leave to the audience with adults now?
So as we said that we can make the difference, you can make the difference. It doesn't important your age. You can be an adult, a young adult, a child. You can make always a difference, because when we are together, our voices are more stronger. So you can reach so far than you can imagine. So it's fascinating, and let's work together.
André?
My sister has always been the optimist one. She always gives good message. But I honestly think we still can turn around this. I'm not just saying this to give hope, but there is still a chance. And we can act now if we all work together, because we all want the same. We all want a healthy planet that we can show our children that we have preserved for their generation. We don't want to give our children a planet that is rotting. We really have to work all together, because there is still a chance to save this.
Cecilia?
I agree with everything you guys said, and I do think that we need to have in mind that this is our home. I think I say that a lot when I'm speaking about the project and about sustainability. This is our home, and we need to take care of it. We need to start acting, because our system needs to change in order to be more sustainable. We cannot continue in the way that we are, in the way that we work daily. And I do think sometimes we think like, oh, me changing my life won't really affect the overall of the country, overall of the world. But what if it does? what if it does make a difference? It's like us. Maybe in the beginning we didn't really start like thinking that it would be a big impact, but we're here now,
Yes.
and it does make a difference. Everything makes a difference. And things that we see as usual and just habits, like going to school with the car, or other things that are basically in our system, in our daily lives, are things that we do have to change at some point. And we need to start somewhere. So it's better to start now, better than later, then we won't have much time to deal with the changes.
Where people can follow you.
Well, I have Instagram. I don't have much social media, but Instagram I have. It's Cecília Lessa _Ventarola.
And Ashoka too?
Well, of course. Ashoka has the global Instagram, but also just Ashoka Portugal if you want to follow. And yeah.
You will be there. You will be there. And Sofia and André, where can we follow these new episodes from your case?
So we have different social media. You can follow us like in Instagram, Youth for Climate Justice, on your site também, Youth for Climate Justice.org. And yeah, you know, Twitter, Facebook, we are trying to expand and show you that we are in different social medias and you can always be there for us.
Do you think for your generation, the social media helps a lot to share and to become viral?
Yes, I agree, because for example, we did an interview in BBC News, me and my brother. So it's like they film in our school and they show a little bit of us and our case. And the next morning when they publish, there were like 1 million views and retweets on my Instagram, that video on our social media. And I say, whoa, they can make an impact.
Incredible. You showed up in Time, BBC, and
Guardian.
Guardian.
Yes.
Yes. Incredible. Incredible. So I think we are all feel very inspired by these great warriors of peace. So it's a pleasure to continue my day with these great stories, and I will invite you all to follow their work, to support them, to share their story, to tell your family, your colleagues from work. They're these 3 brilliant young adults that we all feel very proud for them, and I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.